My people. How's everybody doing this fine hump day? Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button down there. It'd be very much appreciated. Make sure you check out DNKKnives.com. Great company, great people. And if you buy something from there, use this coupon code Behind the Edge 10 to get yourself 10% off. Also, they just started using Sezzle at DNK. So when you're making a poor financial choice, it's a little easier to make that choice when you can break the payment up over 2 months. It's awesome. I love Sezzle. I actually had to ban myself from Sezzle because it was out of control. But best way to buy a knife, in my opinion. And it's the easiest way to afford a expensive knife. Let's say that. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link to Patreon in the description, or you can join the My People channel membership down below. Today at 9 p.m. will be the last chance to get in on the Patreon giveaway if you are interested in that. But I will draw for it tomorrow, and we'll get that fine knife into the hands of someone. So there's that. All right, today we are going to talk about a Giantmouse. This is the Ace Tribeca. This is the black G10 version. They also come in a titanium handle as well. This is a good looking knife, ain't it? It is a 3-inch blade, a little more than 3. I'm not going to count that little pokey part right there as the start of the blade. So we're looking a little bit more than 3-inch blade. It is on bearings. You have a nice stone wash blade, and it is Magnacut. And I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe it's the first time Giantmouse has used Magnacut. This particular Giantmouse is Italian made by Lion Steel or MKM or one of those guys. We have a brass back spacer that actually looks really good. Skeletonized. No, not skeletonized really. One side is, one side's not. We have steel liners. Actually, I believe it's steel. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me see if I can find a magnet. I believe it's steel, but I could be wrong, and I probably am. Don't have much of a magnet laying around. Yeah, I don't have a magnet laying around, so we're just going to go with steel. If it's not, let me know in the comments. I'm probably wrong. It is flipper, but it also has Giantmouse's awesome blade hole there for a fantastic reverse flick and thumb flick. It's pretty good too. The G10 is contoured, and it is quite comfortable in hand. Yeah, very. In standard or choked up, feels great. Giant or Lion Steel, let's say, has some of the best jimping. I like how close the grouping is on that jimping. It works great. It really does. I like that a lot, and it just looks pretty good. It's not quite as aggressive looking or aggressive in general as this, which is the Spyderco, but it works, so that's good. The spine, everything's all crowned, all chamfered really well, pretty much across the entire knife. We do have the wire clip, which is not my favorite, but it is okay. It does work really, really well. My only hang up with it is aesthetics. It has nothing to do with how well it works, because it works really well. I do not like the lanyard spot here, but it's not bothering me either, I guess. Aesthetically, I don't like it, but whatever. The flipper is quite low and out of the way, and I like that. And it is perfect. It works perfectly for push button, especially push button. And not quite as good for light switch, but that push button is perfect. But I will probably never use that. I will always reverse flick this knife or slow roll it out if it was mine. This knife is not mine. It belongs to Mr. Don Farmer from DNK Knives, and it is available at DNK. So if you are interested in checking one out or purchasing, you can get yourself 10% off. Go get it over there at DNK, because he has them. Magnacut. So Line Steel is well known for soft heat treats. Their M390 is soft. Everything, their L-Max is okay. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Their L-Max, they typically run their L-Max a little harder than the M390. Sorry about that loud noise. That was a hickory nut hitting the roof of my shop. But I was able to find that they're going for 62 on these, 61, 62 on these, on the Magnacut, which is not what everybody wants to hear. But I do have to say that in my very limited experience, Magnacut at 62, 63 or 61, 62 is still better than M390. It's still better than S35VN. It's still better than anything else Line Steel is going to offer, or Giantmouse for that matter. So it will perform just fine. And this is not a hard use knife in any way, so that 62 Rockwell will be plenty sufficient, especially in this case. This knife is roughly $200, slightly over, and I don't see any problem with that whatsoever. I think that's a good price. The action is pretty good. This is a brand new knife. I have not carried it or anything. This is just an overview. The action is pretty good. I got one hang up with this knife that I really just don't like, and it's a Giantmouse thing, man. The lock bar access is not great. And as far as any of their knives I've handled, especially in the Ace line, the access is terrible. The Biblio is terrible. The Grand is terrible. I don't understand it. Do they have thin fingers in Italy? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, other than that, man, this is a great knife, and I'm going to try to find a way to buy one or get my hands on one in a trade or something. I don't know, but I really want this knife. I like the way it feels in my hand. It is just big enough that I would even carry it at all, and I like it. We're going to get a weight on it, and then I'm going to put it up against a couple other knives so you can see size comparisons. So 4.1 ounces. So pretty heavy, but not too heavy. Not a big deal at all. All right, here it is against the Native 5. It is very close to being exactly the same size as the Native 5. Here it is against the TRM Neutron 2. So again, just almost exactly the same size. And let's do one more. This is the ProTech Malibu operator. So there you go. I am this operator and this Native 5 is for sale if anybody's interested. There's a video for that. And the Neutron 2 will be given away whenever we hit 2,000 subscribers. So overall, I like the knife. I'm going to get me one. I'm going to try. If I can't get, I probably won't be able to afford the titanium one. It is closer to $300. And for $300, there's a lot of stuff out there that I would rather have. But for $200, this would be a great knife to have. That smooth G10 feels fantastic. It is contoured. I just really like the knife, and I can recommend it for sure. I also want to buy one of these because I want to see how well that heat treat on the Magnacut does. All right, guys, that's all I got for you on this one. Make sure you're good to each other, love each other, and remember life is short, so don't be a dumb cunt. Later.